Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo, and I am back for more Fire Force. We are on episode 13. Last time we had a bit of some infighting, let's say, spurred by some rather clever deception by some evangelist people who disguised themselves as two of our best boys, who we know are best boys, but Benimaru doesn't know are the best boys. He's kind of coming to trust them a little bit, and then they're like, "Yeah, we love killing all the people in this town, ho ho ho!" And then he gets real mad and fights them because kind of makes sense. It seems like we're about to resolve that issue. Kind of figure out like, oh, that wasn't you. They have the ability to disguise themselves. Maybe we should keep an eye out for that kind of stuff and not have a hair trigger on such things. We'll see. Hopefully we can resolve that rather quickly and start working together and start actually figuring out what the hell is really going on here. Given that the evangelists have like an entire storehouse full of infection bug things that turn people into infernals and are planning to use them soon. So, bad things are coming. Characters need to work some shit out so that they're prepared for bad things coming, and then characters need to fight the bad things to prevent them from being bad. Let's see how that plays out. Hopefully better than last time. Also, side note, Obi's a badass. Just wanted to point that out. Okay, let's watch this episode. I have the episode up and ready to go. It is at 0 seconds. There will be two versions of this reaction, a picture-in-picture version with the video up there in the corner, which you can find in the description, and a timer-based version up on YouTube. If you want to sync up your own copy with the timer-based version, do so. That's what it's there for. Just get it ready because the beep beep timer is coming at you. I'm going to turn down my volume slightly because I know what's coming. Okay. There it is. Also, this is technically the first episode of the second core, right? Like the 13th episode? Because it's 24, not 26. Pretty sure. So did we get a new OP? I've heard that there's a new OP, but I don't know when. Oh. 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 Is this now or a while ago? This is where his friend threw him into the building, right? Yeah. And then overexerted. Oh, that looks pretty good. Going for this aftermath. Somber tone. Kind of cool. You both would have. Quite a performance going on. Self-governance. I wonder who this voice actor is. He gives off an interesting vibe. Pragmatism. That whole sequence was some of the best stuff Fire Force has done, period. Gotta respect that. I think that might be the first time I haven't found his hero shit a little bit irksome. It rings true here. It's weird. Cool. So they were sowing dissent everywhere. The trap is set. Okay. Okay. Same OP. This pleases me. That sounds familiar. Are they just JoJo punching? Uh-huh. Hmm. Oh. Oh. I thought you were a good idiot. Ha. Oh, Jesus. Arthur just sees through it somehow? What? What? Boom, 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 boom. This is Show's ability? Is that Show? That's not Show. No. Some other fucking guy. Okay. Alright. Pure creepy. What about voices? Oh, quick to turn on his own art, eh? Anyone who turns on me is not my art. Oh. He's nice and creepy for a stepping stone villain. I like it. Something like that. It's a pretty perfect plan. Except the 8th will trust the 8th. Oh, what? With the power of downvotes. Right, we left Iris. Well, we can assist though, right? Good, yeah. Oh, the archer. Same thing that, yep. Oh, shit. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, that's a nice trick. Okay. Another demon may be born. Yeah, there's some control. Bing! Nice. Some limited control. Or they're, yeah, trying to bait you. Yeah. Oh, he's just being realistic. Like, you gotta give me direct instructions or I'm not gonna get it. He knows he's stupid. He's dumb, but he's smart enough to know that. Ah. Where's the girl? Okay. Oh. They're self-immolating. Uh-oh. And he is not okay. Good. Glad they were there. Cause Kono could have killed himself trying to fight that. I wouldn't sweat it, buddy. You gotta step up, bud. Gotta ask for help. Hello. Hey, Arthur. Looks like he could stop your arrow, buddy. What is that symbol that she forms out of the flames? It's not quite a bow. Yep, too stupid to know when it's outclassed. Not the time. That was a cool kick. Not the time, kids. Teamwork. Yep. Yeah, take the melee. Yeah. Yep. I go up. Yeah. Oh, what the? Nope. Arrow. Is he gonna self-infernalize? Yup. And he was the one who talked about the potential of a new demon being born, right? That was the same guy. I have to feel like he's going to turn into another one of those horned creatures. Hmm. Hmm. All right, and Jikai, next time. For whom the flames burn, which is, I assume, a play on for whom the bell tolls. That's interesting. Okay, okay. A number of things in this episode stood out to me as like interesting. A couple of little like side mentions of potential lore hints, which are interesting, and I think we'll get to a little bit later. Certainly some cool animation and action stuff going on in some of the fights. Some of the choreography was really cool. Specifically in the Arthur and Shinra versus I don't know, Arrow and Blade. I don't know what the other one's called, but we can just call them Downvote and Knifey Boy. Okay. Where do I want to start with this? That's a good question. I think I want to start at the most important interaction of the episode, which is when we're talking to Conroe. And what we get is kind of an interesting. Well, the way I view it is it's a clarification of Shinra's desire for heroism. Like, and I mentioned this offhand during the reaction, but I think this is one of the first times where Shinra's like, I want to be a hero who saves everything doesn't feel like a platitude. It doesn't feel like bullshit. Not, I mean, I've always believed that he believes it, but here we get this idea that mm, he's got an idea of what he means by that, and I want to see it and read it again. If it means supporting Waka, I'll offer my 2-bit life as many times as I need to, and it's at this point where I immediately said like gotta respect that because I think that you do. I think that sentiment of self-sacrifice for someone that you believe is more valuable to the coming fight than you are is valid. What I wasn't expecting was for Shinra to like kind of admonish him for it. Because from my previous understanding of Shinra's desire for heroism, this kind of self-sacrifice is his bread and butter. But he clarifies that in the moments afterward when he says, "You shouldn't do that, sir. For as long as I can remember, everything I've held dear has been lost. So there are no 2-bit lives or even high-priced ones." This gives like a bit of the foundation, a bit of the grounding for his desire to, quote, save everyone, to be a hero who saves everyone, which is a bullshit impossibility, honestly. But here, if we ground it in the idea that all life is valuable no matter what, and we show that Shinra has actually like thought about it in that way, it makes a little bit more sense to me. I don't know how much that actually changes his sentiment, but it makes a little bit more sense to me. I don't know. It makes him a little less out there bonkers crazy, and he is out there bonkers crazy. He's never going to be a hero who can save everyone. It's not possible. There are always sacrifices. And even like the nature of the things that they combat. You can stop an infernal, but you can only stop it by being unable to save that infernal. The only way to really fix the problem is to go to the source, and the source doesn't seem to be like as simple as a big bad evil guy who you can defeat. Becoming infernals is partially a natural process. So it's impossible. His goal is not possible, but he still strives for it. That's interesting. I don't know how deep it goes, but it's a little smidge of depth to Shinra here, and it's not something that we've gotten a lot of before, so I kind of appreciate it. Before you decide to give your life away, use me. And until you find something that's truly important to you, I'll count on you. And it's at this point that Conroe gets back up and starts going off doing things. It's pretty interesting. I think the second interesting thing that I wanted to talk about in this episode is actually the opening sequence. Because we get our normal this thing, and then we open on Ash floating up, and sort of Angel Ray's lens flares, and the whole the silence and the slow whooshing of wind here is super palpable. There's a really serious attempt to show aftermath and the quiet after the storm of this destruction. And I think that this shot embodies it really well. Just like plumes of smoke, destruction, destroyed houses, and the tiny figure. I think he's up over here somewhere. Yeah, walking. It gives us a sense of scale of the calamity that they've undergone. Um, and it has a lot of atmospheric niceness to it. And then this is the moment where they become members of the Fire Force, or at least that offer is made. Number 4. So this is the captain. He's got an interesting vibe and like and aesthetic to him. I don't know what he reminds me of. I doubt that his voice actor has been listed anywhere. I'm just gonna Google Soichiro Og Seiyu. Gakuto Kajiwara. Cool. Actually found it. And without being spoiled. And do I recognize you from anywhere? Oh no, that's Shinra. That's not the guy I'm looking for. Yeah, so I don't see the name of that, or the name of that voice actor. That's fine. It doesn't really matter. He just sounded really familiar to me for a moment, so I'm sure I'll find out later, or somebody in Discord or in the comments will throw me a voice actor's name. By order of the Emperor, you are formally inducted, and Fire Force 7 is created. That is interesting. That is interesting. There is no reason for you to decline. He's gone in a puff of smoke. It's cool how they distort him and wisp him away. Perhaps a hint at his abilities. But, he's no longer the captain of the 7th, is he? I don't remember if we've seen him before. If he was at the meeting. I just don't remember. Okay. So the trap is set, and more so than we expected. They've replaced a whole bunch of people in town. Oh, I love the way that Benimaru hops away from this. Boing! It's pretty great. And then the two girls just like machine gun fighting each other. This is hilarious, and I love it. Arthur somehow is so dumb that he can see through disguises. All right, okay. I find the way that they started doing some of these humorous excerpts, or like side takes, especially between Shinra and Arthur in the end, worked a lot better than they have in the past. I don't know if that's the writing or if they're just getting used to doing these characters, but I think it worked a lot better. This guy with the very, very extraordinarily like points are his character design. In his hair, in his nose, in his chin, everything about him is, and in his eyes, everything about him is pointed. He is sharp and like almost insectoid. It's nice and creepy. I like it quite a bit as a creepy villain, and he fits this archetypal like broken artist type of character. Who, yeah, my art does not betray me. Anyone who turns on me is not my art, as I thought, and who like confirms for himself what he believes. Town goes up in smoke. It's fucked. Okay, so it is Knife Guy who says Asakusa is a power spot. Someone compatible may come about through the bugs. Compatibility being like ability to maintain your mental stats while you're in Infernal, right? And then, or perhaps another demon may be born. I saw a number of people in the comments talking about this idea of these demons, especially in reference to the one that we saw before, the one that that Konro and Benimaru faced, being very similar and potentially even the same creature, the same infernal as the one that we see in the Shinra flashbacks, which is an interesting point. But now that we have this idea of another demon may be born, they seem to be like higher level infernals or something. And they could be separate instances, separate individuals. But the way he says it is almost with reverence and desire. Perhaps another demon may be born, as though that's a good thing, as though that's part of the goal. It's a hell of a trap. plant a bunch of your followers who have been face morphed to look like and sound like somehow. Just sort of glossing over the whole sounding like stuff. I guess it's less of an important thing in the manga. But anyway, we'll just assume that, yep, okay, that works. He can mess with their lymph nodes and things and their capillaries and change their faces, change their bone structure. Yep, that works. Doesn't really matter. It's fine. I can hand wave that, and I'm not unhappy about it. So they plant all these people, have them instilling dissent and like starting arguments, and then have them self-immolate and become essentially terrorist bombs. Yikes, that's some fucked up shit. This evangelist organization is real messed up. But also it's a pretty good strategy. Pretty good strategy. Especially if you can mess with response times. But the desire here seems to be to create another demon. Is Shinra has been constantly referred to as a demon, right? I think that is a valid question. I think I saw somebody mentioning this as a question, like wondering whether the demon at Shinra's house was Shinra himself, and he just has no memory of it. But then why would we see it if not from his memory? Unknown. Or maybe it was Sho. Unknown. Interesting things to think about, I think. But a power spot. Like what? Like a convergence of ley lines? What does that mean? Don't know. Okay, and then this is a cool scene. Cool sequence. The actual strategizing is kind of awesome. I kind of like it a lot. It's kind of fun. Setting up a mental radius of where they could be and triangulating their location from where they seem to be moving. Not exactly triangulating, but you know what I mean. Nope, and infernalized. I was very worried here that Konro would be forced to, in order to protect the little girl, forced to use his abilities and maybe carbonize more completely. But no, we are on the case. We are on the scene. Also finding out that Tamaki has sister training. I was not aware of that. I think I probably should have been. I probably just forgot. All right, this moment where he's gliding past and just flash. This is kind of cool. I like the way it's being done. The symbol that she forms. I wonder if it means anything. I don't think so. I think it's just meant to be like the place where she is focusing the arrow. In any case, it's pretty cool. We're again having people with things in their eyes that match what their abilities are. Seems interesting. You can't stop my arrow. And then the face of an idiot who doesn't believe you. And is correct. Love that kick. So these moments are the ones that I'm talking about that seem to be a little bit better executed than they have been before. It's not that they're like amazing looking or anything like that. It's just that the jokes land a little bit better for me. I don't know. This is a really cool cut, I think. Running toward us, flip away from us, flip through, and we zoom in through into the explosion and then out as he falls away. It's very cool. It also serves to kind of take our attention away from the archer who's now behind us. That's just a cool shot. That's like a JoJo pose. That's nice. This sequence with the slicey slice, it's kind of meh. It's kind of meh, but there's a bunch of great stuff around it. I mean, if you've seen my Assassin's Pride reaction, this is a sort of a similar idea. Although there is quite a bit more I don't know, interesting movement. And then the fire effects look just great. Smash, crack, pop. Good night, though. Yeah. Even when I tell you, you still wouldn't get it. So we get the eyes. It's pretty cool. Let's do it, and immediately run into each other because they're absolutely not on the same page at all. You gotta at least figure out a strat. And flying above him is a perfect way to go. Melee attacker on the ground, a flying, relatively ranged attacker. Pretty dope. This is cool how we've got these two battles going on at the same time with each of them sort of working to assist and attack the other. It's pretty cool. Whoosh. Nope. And gonna eat a bug real creepily. Relieve your suffering. All right. All right, and next episode was called, I've already forgotten. For Whom the Flames Burn. I wonder what that means. I do not know. That is okay. I think we will find out. All in all, I really like this episode. From the start with some nice atmosphere being built, and our little bits and pieces of how the seventh came to be, to some of the goofy moments, which just kind of landed really well, to some cool action. Not the best that the show has done, but not the worst either. Some actually like interesting strategizing I found kind of cool, and a little bit of lore hinting, and a little bit of characterization for Shinra that went a little bit further than it has before. That actually kind of resonated with me just a little bit. So, all in all, this was a pretty solid episode of Fire Force. I like this a lot. Cool. Quite cool. I think that's all I have to talk about here, so I'm gonna wrap it up before I start blathering. So, meet Teeaboo. This Fire Force episode 13. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and I hope to catch you next week in the next one. For Whom the Flames Burn. Yeah, see you there. Peace.